Do you know what mortgage insurance is? If you want to buy your first home, it may be just what you need. We talk with an expert. Electric vehicles we commonly call golf cars are coming into their own. Today we go to Georgia to see how they are convenient and fun, and we'll check out the different styles and models. What can you do to make your home more energy efficient? We visit one energy efficient home and get with the experts to see what the homeowner has done to reduce their utility bills. This is the show all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. We are designing spaces. Think green. Many have the dream of home ownership, but think there's no way they can make it happen financially. However, many of these people don't know that there is a path to home ownership that they may not be aware of. Take a look.
Owning a home is the dream of many Americans, but in today's economy, that dream seems further away than ever. While in some sectors there is economic improvement, it often means what's required to buy a home is just out of reach. Meet Vanessa and Mark, like many Americans living in an apartment building, waiting for their chance to move out and into a home. Looking forward to the day they have saved enough to make a down payment on their first house. Mark often works long weeks and weekends to help build up their savings. And Vanessa is working part-time, spending the rest of her time with their child and startup business.
We really want to buy a house.
We know our price range, which is not too extravagant, but we need more space in order to raise our kids.
Yeah, and it seems like we can't get close to the 20% down. That's something that's always coming up.
There must be something to get us over this hurdle.
Vanessa and Mark are typical of many millennial couples who are doing all they can to make the move from apartment living to owning a home and building equity. With us today is Matt Young, Senior VP of Sales with Genworth Mortgage Insurance Corporation, to talk to us about mortgage insurance, which could prove to be a perfect fit for Vanessa and Mark. Matt, so good to have you here today.
Thank you, Debbie.
So, mortgage insurance. What is it?
So mortgage insurance is a product that allows home buyers that don't have 20% to put down on their home to be able to purchase a home sooner than they otherwise would be able to.
So when I hear this, I think payments. So what's the cost?
There's always costs associated with insurance, like in any product.
Right.
Private mortgage insurance is no different. Depending on the details around specific borrowers, what their credit score is, will determine the cost. So let me give a couple examples.
Okay.
For a creditworthy borrower that's buying a $200,000 home, if they put 3% down or $6,000, their payment would be approximately $180 a month.
Okay.
If they decide to put more down, let's say $10,000 on a $200,000 home, their payment would drop significantly to around $80 a month. And if they decide to put 10% down or $20,000, their payment would be less than $60 a month.
Why is this the buyer's responsibility? Couldn't that be something that the lender would roll into the mortgage?
Lenders view people that put down less down payment on their mortgage to be slightly riskier.
Got it.
So by having private mortgage insurance attached to the loan, it makes lenders feel more comfortable with making the loan.
Okay. Now say you didn't want to, or you cannot put 20% down. What are some other options for those people?
Well, there's primarily two options for people that put less than 20% down: private mortgage insurance and FHA.
Okay.
Both products specifically have insurance attached to them. They're both good options for people that want to put down less than 20%, but there are some specific differences that I think are noteworthy.
Okay. Now this may seem like a weird question, but
Sure.
how long does the mortgage insurance last? Is it throughout the life of the mortgage?
Great question. So for private mortgage insurance, when you get to the point where you have 20% equity in your home,
Okay.
so if you put 10% down, you make your monthly payments until you reach a point where you have 20% equity in the home,
Yes.
then private mortgage insurance is typically no longer required.
Got it.
For
Okay.
FHA loans, however, the mortgage insurance piece of the FHA loan lasts for the life of the loan, which can really add up.
Okay, so there is a difference there. That's good to know. ahead of
Sure,
time.
significant
Okay.
difference to cost.
Absolutely. Are there any other borrower benefits for private mortgage insurance?
You know, there's a number of borrower benefits. I'll hit on two of them specific to Genworth. The first is a product we call home buyer privileges. So as any homeowner knows, the cost of your mortgage is really just a small part of the cost of home ownership.
Absolutely.
Home buyer privileges is something that we're able to offer through Genworth that provides discounts to homeowners.
Okay.
Discounts at home improvement stores, moving and storage companies, appliance stores, home goods stores, all things that help defray.
A new homeowner would never go to any of those.
Of course not, right? Actually, they'll spend most of their first month at all those stores.
Absolutely, yes.
So by providing the discounts, it helps defray the cost of home ownership.
Absolutely.
The second thing that's worth noting specific to Genworth is we have a homeowner education course. It's a free training course, online training that will allow prospective homeowners to learn more about the mortgage process, how to save for a down payment, what's involved with maintenance, other financial considerations to look into.
Right.
Many lenders view first-time homeowners as somewhat of a risk because they haven't owned a home before. So taking our home buyer education course helps defray some of that risk.
Absolutely, they have the knowledge. They're going forward knowing what exactly they're getting into.
You got it.
You know, I heard the phrase, peace of mind when times get tough. Can you tell me what that means?
Sure. We all know that the economy is cyclical, and there are times when it can be difficult to make your home payment on a monthly basis.
Right.
So at Genworth, we're focused on helping people get into homes, but also helping them stay there.
So in other words, you don't just get in the home and you're gone.
We don't forget about you. We don't forget about you when you're there.
Right.
So we have products and services and people to help
really
if you
good.
run into difficulty with your monthly payment.
That's really good. You're there to help us, and that's what it's all about. For somebody watching and they're going, that's what I want to do, what would be the first step that you would tell them?
I think I'd probably start at our website, smartermi.com.
Okay.
It's a great way to get familiar with the mortgage process, learn a little bit more about home ownership, and I think if folks go out and use that website, they'll come away knowing a lot more than when they started.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here.
Sure,
Great
my pleasure.
information.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, to see this portion of the show again, just go to designingspaces.tv, where you'll also find a link to the website Matt just gave us. For Designing Spaces, I'm Debbie Marie. Thanks for watching.
They're quiet, convenient, and don't need gasoline. The golf car is coming of age and proven a valuable form of transportation in communities around the country. Coming up next here on Designing Spaces, Think Green. They're quiet, convenient, and don't need gasoline. The golf car is coming of age and proven a valuable form of transportation in communities around the country. Designing Spaces went to Augusta, Georgia to see the latest in electric vehicles.
A quick run to the neighbors a few blocks over. Drop the kids off at school. A trip to the local shopping center to take care of business. Electric vehicles, we commonly call golf cars, are coming into their own. They make for an ideal, quiet mode of transportation around the community. And you can forget about trips to the gas station.
Electric vehicles that are open air give people the opportunity to visit with neighbors, to really be a part of their community. We call them freedom vehicles.
Nick Moore, Senior Product Manager, is here to tell us more.
So a brief history of E-Z-Go. It was founded by two brothers in 1954 in a single-room machine shop. Their single goal was to build the best golf car that would best meet the needs of the customers in the industry.
With a long history of manufacturing, the golf car idea has broadened considerably beyond 18 holes.
From there, in 1960, E-Z-Go was acquired by Textron, which is a much larger company that owns brands like Cessna, Airplanes, Beechcraft, Bell Helicopter, Greenlee Tools, and many other companies across multiple industries.
E-Z-Go builds different types of vehicles for consumer applications.
Most people know E-Z-Go as a golf car manufacturer, and so we build things that look a lot like golf cars, like the vehicle I'm sitting in today. This is an E-Z-Go RXV Freedom, and this is the most technologically advanced golf car available on the market.
One aspect that makes this E-Z-Go unique is its AC technology.
Everything else that you can purchase is typically DC powered. The big advantage with AC is that it's 25% more efficient than DC. And so for people that drive electric vehicles, a lot of times their biggest concern is around range. So the AC technology gives them a significant advantage.
Another rather convenient feature is its brake.
With the RXV, it's got a park brake that's built into the motor, so you don't have to worry about any kind of mechanism built into the brake pedal. It will park and hold when the vehicle comes to a stop.
Some of the electric vehicles are built specifically for neighborhood and community use. Designing Spaces visited one community to see how owners typically use their vehicles.
We actually have an E-Z-Go golf cart. We've had it for about 9 years.
Meet the Greenway family. They use their golf car all the time for different purposes.
We use it for hunting, we use it for yard work, we use it for recreation, riding around the neighborhood, toting kids around, visiting friends. You name it, we probably use it for it.
The benefits of using electric vehicles in place of traditional automobiles include a reduction in carbon footprint, convenience for short drives and running errands, but that's not all.
Every so often we'll get in the golf cart, take our family, just have a good family night where we can just hang out. It's an open concept, you know, you feel the wind in your hair and you go around and feel good and visit the neighbors and visit with the other children in the neighborhood.
These are not the same vehicles you'd see on a golf course. These electric vehicles are created for personal use in neighborhoods and golf car-friendly communities. This is the EasyGo plant in Augusta, Georgia, named one of the top 10 manufacturing facilities in North America by Industry Week magazine in 2009. It's here the various models and styles of golf cars, utility and personal transportation vehicles are made.
Well, here we have about 750,000 square feet in 4 different buildings with 4 major assembly lines. And we also have our own fabrication department. So that fabrication department builds the parts and the pieces that go into the assembly of the golf cars.
Plant manager Heather Meyer is here to tell us a little bit more about the golf cart manufacturing process.
So we have multiple stations on each assembly line, okay? And each one of these is through a conveyor belt in the floor that moves.
How efficient is the workflow here? Let's just say that building a golf car from the beginning to the end takes only about an hour.
We start with the chassis, which is the frame. So golf cars sit lower than regular cars, but we do call them cars here because they have a low center of gravity. They need to be able to adjust to the terrain. So we start with the chassis frame, and from that we start to add in, and we build kind of from the inside out. In this position, we're installing the wire harness bundles. This is what connects the electrical system in the vehicle. So in this position, we're doing the battery installation. So our models take anywhere from 4 batteries to 6 batteries. So in this station, the car starts to look more like a car because we're installing the cowlings in the body, which the color is customized by the customer. So we're here on our 2.5 line, which is one of our street legal versions of the golf car, where we're taking the windshield and making a sub-assembly so that we can put that in the last stage with the canopy.
At the end of the day, golf cars are fun to drive because of the sense of freedom they provide.
I think it takes a lot of us back to our childhood and, you know, kind of the sense of riding a bike or riding a go-kart or something that was just open air. Probably the same reason a lot of people like to ride and drive in convertibles.
They're convenient, quiet, reduce your carbon footprint, and fun. How does someone obtain one of these EasyGo electric vehicles?
We have a series of independent dealers that are throughout the entire United States and throughout the world even, where you can go and you can purchase new or used vehicles.
For more information, visit easygo.com. To see this portion of the show again, visit designingspaces.tv and click on the EasyGo video. You'll also find a link to their website.
We visit one energy-efficient home and get with the experts to see what the homeowners have done to reduce their utility bills. It's coming up next here on Designing Spaces, Think Green. Integrated energy solutions are making our homes more energy efficient. We go to one home in Maryland to see how energy efficiency works towards lower utility bills and a greener lifestyle.
Energy efficiency is a major part of living a greener lifestyle. Creating an energy-efficient home not only reduces stress on the environment and the energy infrastructure, it helps you manage your energy and may lower your energy bill. Think Green visited this home in Maryland to talk with energy experts from Constellation. This is Kristina Gregory.
The U.S. Department of Energy says it's important to not just look at your heating and cooling, but to take a whole house approach when you think about energy efficiency.
When thinking about your total energy bill, you should know your options for buying gas and electricity.
Half your energy cost goes to heating and cooling your home.
This is Brian Recor, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about the home's cooling and heating.
When you know it's time to upgrade your HVAC system, typically is when it's over 15 years old. What you want to do is you don't want to wait till the system breaks down. You want to be able to be ahead of that.
Today's modern high-efficiency heating and cooling systems with the latest technology use less energy to run, which in turn makes them less expensive to run.
So the best way to go about doing that is find a trusted company like Constellation Home that can help walk you through the different steps. Typically when we go to a homeowner's home, what we're looking for is we're trying to decide what system best matches their budget. So if there's no upgrades needed, there are simple projects homeowners can do.
Make sure your vents aren't blocked. Change your air filter. The harder your system has to work to move the air, the less efficient it will be, and the more it will cost for you to operate.
If they're a do-it-yourself type person, they can also install a programmable thermostat. Programmable thermostats typically will save you about $180 a year, and they're fairly simple to install. So you can actually set your temperatures based on your schedule.
The programmable thermostat will turn down when you're not at home. Customers look to Constellation for competitive energy rates to protect their budget and for suggestions on how to make their home more energy efficient. Kristina Jenkins is here to tell us more.
Nowadays, people are looking for a trusted advisor, someone to help them understand what's going on in the energy markets. There's lots of changes, and obviously energy prices fluctuate. Shopping for electricity and natural gas is potentially a way that you can save money on your energy bill.
Other than the actual HVAC systems themselves, there are other factors that affect the energy required to cool or heat a home.
You can look at your equipment and make sure that it's working properly. Look at your insulation and make sure that you have enough of it. Seal your house and check your thermostat. So when you take this whole house approach, you can save approximately 30% on your energy bill.
R value is a number used to measure the effectiveness of insulation and resist heat flow.
A company like Constellation Home will actually come in and actually check the R value.
The higher the number, the more effective the insulation. Talk to an expert to find out what type and amount of insulation your home needs.
One of the places you really want to concentrate on would be your attic. If your attic insulation, if you don't have enough attic insulation, your air conditioning system is going to work harder than it needs to.
However, you don't want the house to be sealed too tight. There still should be a recommended amount of air exchange.
For a healthy indoor air quality, fresh air can be brought in through controlled ventilation.
We've now looked at several ways to potentially reduce your energy bill. Now we can look to the other high energy user in the home, such as hot water heaters. This is Constellation Chief Marketing Officer Bruce Stewart.
One, you can look at the age itself. And if you've got something that's around 10 years old, you might want to assess the opportunity to look at an upgraded version from a hot water heater as well. And there's rebates out there that can help you afford these things, which are really important.
If you have natural gas, there are two types of efficient water heaters: tankless water heaters and condensing water heaters. It's important to maintain your system, especially when upgrading to more efficient systems and while maintaining the life of your existing ones.
HVAC maintenance is important because you should get an annual checkup on all your systems. When your systems are working effectively, it saves energy for your home.
We'll make sure that the system's operating at its peak efficiency by ensuring that the system's clean and actually operating safely. We'll also check the refrigerant charge on the system and also clean the coils. A lot of times your outdoor coil will have dust and pollen. They'll need to be cleaned annually.
With a typical maintenance plan, you don't have to worry about unexpected repairs to your heating and cooling system and water heater. In many states in the country, you have the option to shop for competitive energy rates, where independent suppliers like Constellation provide competitive rates and make budgeting simple.
Shopping for both electricity and natural gas is an easy way to potentially save money on your energy bill.
So in some states, customers can actually choose who supplies their electricity and natural gas, other than the local utility. Your local utility will still continue to maintain the wires and pipes and deliver your electricity and your natural gas today.
This is a great way to lock in a fixed rate and not worry about a fluctuating supply rate. It makes it much easier to anticipate and budget for your monthly energy bill.
You can go online and you can actually compare both electric and natural gas plans, or you can visit Constellation.com and compare rates in your area.
Visit designingspaces.tv to see this portion of the show again. You'll also find a link to the Constellation.com website.
Making a space you can call home. Living the lifestyle you desire. It's what we are all about. We are Designing Spaces.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.